Hello everyone and welcome to Era Military Collectibles a Friday night live stream. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes until it populates and people start to turn in. Sorry, forget about the hair guys, the bad hair there. But we're just going to do a bit of prep and talk about what's involved in getting ready for a show, because as you can see by these two guys behind me, we will be using them. Let's move it over here another bit. We will be using them and talking about them this evening on the live stream. So I'm just making sure people are we're just waiting for people to pop in. Friday night, 8 o'clock. I'm normally a few minutes late, so we could just give the boys some time to start popping in. But I hope everyone is having a good weekend so far. I know it's starting to get warm here. I believe it's been very, very hot in England for the last few days, but here it's very bad. I'm going to have to get a scissors because those bits remind me. As I said, I'm having a bad hair day. Hello, David. How are you? Dave, actually, we will be talking about some of your equipment that you supplied. There will be updates coming along in relation to unboxings and stuff. We have Stan's famous Mark 6 helmet that went across the channel more times than the Irish Ferry at one stage. That will be coming up in an unboxing. But tonight, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk. Generally, we're going to have the normal chit chat, but as we're chit chatting, I will be talking about prepping for a show and what's involved in prepping for a show. Because as most of you know, I am going to the Yorkshire Wartime Experience with the Combined Forces Living History Society, which Andrew Johnson, who is a subscriber of the channel, he'll probably pop in. He might pop in at some point in time. He is actually the boss of that unit. So I'm going over there to him in August, and then I'm meeting up with they're not really a group. They're a combination. Well, there is a group there, but there's a combination of friends and colleagues and stuff like that in the reenacting side of it, called Living History UK. So the main characters in that, you have Don Blight, Pete Neal, and Steve Davis. So there's a group of us going to the Victory Show, which is in September, and we are going as the first SAS, as you can see here. It's actually backwards in the camera, but it's first SAS. In 1944, just around the time of the Normandy invasion and stuff like that. Here is not on the radar anymore. So that's what we're doing. So I thought tonight it would be interesting, and I thought it would be interesting to actually talk to people about what's involved in prepping for a show. So the Victory Show. Why did my notification only go out there now that we're online? So hopefully a few more guys might start popping in there now. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's involved in prepping. I'm not dead yet. So hello, Cold War Chemical. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's involved in prepping for a show, and we'll also talk about the normal riff-raff and bits and bobs. So Dave kindly supplied me some bits and bobs. Andrew kindly, I just seen him pop in there. Andrew kindly supplied me some bits and bobs. Danny Reese from from Herefordshire Regimental Museum, who is also affiliated with Living History UK, supplied me a tunic. Now this is an early tunic; it's a battle dress serge tunic, but for what we're portraying and what we're doing, it will do. It's fine. There's one thing actually I forgot to get to lead out. If I can just find it quickly, because we will be talking about stuff. Oh God, where did I leave it? I have it here somewhere. Sorry, the shelves just moving all around the place at the minute. Why are these in here? I do not know. Right, I need that. And I have it somewhere. Don't panic, it'll turn up. Sorry, I'm just looking at my shelf of unit here to see if I can still find it. I had it out the other day actually because I put it, I said I'd use that and I put it away somewhere. And now I can't find it. But there we go. What I'm actually looking for is my Hitler Youth dagger. Well, it's not a real one, it's a reproduction. Yeah, so good evening from Sweden. Hello from Sweden. Gary Hall, hello, how are you? Who else will be there? Any luck with your light helmet? My light helmet? I can't remember which one now we're talking about with the light helmet. Any booze? Buy booze, buy food, pack camping, comfort kit, pack kit, load vehicle. Yeah, exactly. So, just a quick bit. So, for those of you that are only after joining, what we're doing tonight is we are talking in general about everything and anything. Jim Timber 2, hello. If you do decide on finishing your helicopter gear, get an early SUR 21p survival. Oh, sorry, you're talking about that helmet. Living History UK. Speaking of devils, they just popped in. I haven't finished the helicopter helmet yet. I got parts for it, but I don't have all the parts. The main parts that I'm missing now are the actual mounts for the visor cover to the actual helmet. I have everything else, so that's the main part that I'm trying to get at the minute. Right, so just to recap for those of you that are after joining, what we're doing tonight is we're talking in general about everything and anything, but we're also talking about prep for a living history show. For those of you that don't know, most of you do know, I will be going to the Yorkshire Wartime Experience with the Combined Forces Living History Society, which I am a member of. Stan is a member of it as well, and Andrew, who is floating around there, is the boss. He is a member of it, and that's where we're going. I was going to do the Royal Ulster Rifles for that show, but I decided against it because in September I'm going with a group of guys that are affiliated with the Living History UK. So that's me, Danny Reese, who is Herefordshire Regimental Museum, Steve Davis, Pete Neal, and Don Bloyd. They're the main characters of Living History UK. So what we're doing, so in August, when I go to the show in August, I'm using it as a prep show to pick up a final few bits and pieces and get pointers from the lads on, look at my hair, I need to cut that bit. But we need to use it as a prep show for the victory show. So that's what I'm doing. I have the bits and bobs out tonight to show you what's involved in prepping and what you need to do to get the stuff together. And get the stuff together. And just the actual process of working it. Now, if you can see here, we are going to the victory show as the first SAS in 1944, just after the Normandy invasion. Danny Reese, who is Herefordshire Regimental Museum, has an SAS Jeep. So we will have that, and there's a few other guys that are the Living History UK know, Steve Davis and the boys know. They're going to come with their Jeeps, and we are 100% for the victory show, living as the lads would. We are not staying in tents. We are not doing anything. We're roughing it. Fingers crossed. So for me, it's very, very difficult because I don't have any. What I go to England with is literally what I have to live with. So that's why I'm using the Yorkshire Wartime Experience as a prep show. Now I will be staying in a tent in the Yorkshire Wartime Experience. Fingers crossed that Andy remembers to bring my tent, but I will be staying in a tent for that. But there will be traders there and stuff, so I can use it to pick up final bits and pieces. Andrew, who has kindly donated some of the equipment that we are going to talk about here. Dave has kindly donated some of the equipment that we have here today. A lot of it I've purchased, a lot of it I've picked up throughout my years in collecting. Herefordshire Regimental Museums donated this, which is a 37 pattern. Sorry, it's a battle dress serge jacket or battle dress. Now we're doing 44, but you do see this pattern being used right throughout the war. Plus, I will be portraying a member of the first SAS, and I will also be a veteran of the first SAS. Because what we decided, sorry, turn around, should be that way. What we decided was there are a few veterans in that group that will be at the victory show. So we are going to wear ribbons, and if we have served in a theatre that is represented in the Second World War, we will wear their ribbons. So I served in the Middle East, so I will be wearing the Africa Star, which they would have had in 44, and the General Service Medal. So that's what I will be wearing. I will also be wearing my rank, and I will also be wearing my shoulder title, which is the 1st SAS. Now, so that's a brief synopsis of what we're talking about tonight and what we're going to do. So I'm just going to catch up with some of the questions here. I've a double hernia now. Thanks for getting that lot up the stairs. Oh my God, I hope you're okay. Where have we gone? Sorry. Work mouse, work. I want your work mouse. There we go. Jim Timber. Hi John, Living History UK. Hi Stan May. Jim Timber, your latest haul of is the dogs. Alright, I have double horny now. Andrew, I'm not the boss. All the boys, all are the boss. That's how we run the group. Well, you know what I mean, Andrew. Shalom, Herefordshire Regimental Museums, Living History UK, Shalom. Andrew, tents ready and sorted, perfect. Stan prepping now for another early morning drive in the beautiful, or dive in the beautiful North Sea. Watch out for sharks, Stan, mate. They are moving in. Stan, I hope you enjoy your diving and stuff like that. So, right, back to prepping. What's involved in prepping? First thing is you need to pick a unit. Now, we are, as I said, we are doing the 1st SAS. Danny Reese was the main instigator of that. Why we're doing the 1st SAS, because he collects SAS stuff and he has a airboat or a SAS Jeep. So that's why we're doing the 1st SAS. That group, we sort of do other things. I know they're in talks about going to another show. I'm not going to say where we're going or what we're doing, but we're going to another show and we're talking about being Royal Army Service Corps. So there you go. So all these patches will have to be changed again. But yeah, hopefully I'll have my other pattern jacket. So just to cover this again before I actually go into what we're going to talk about. The guys that I would really, 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 really like to thank for donating some kit to me, giving me advice and stuff like that. Steve Davis, Pete Neal, Danny Reese, Dave, Andrew, Stan. There's actually Stan. I forgot to mention you. There's something here that I would probably bring with me. Andrew as well. I need to thank all those guys because they kindly donated items to me, or sold me items or stuff like that, or put me in the right direction of items for this impression. So, first thing we need to do, I'm just going to be going in and out of the camera here because I have a table set up here with all my stuff on it. So, first thing you need to do is, as a living historian or as anybody, is you need to do research on what you're doing. So, this is one book. This is, I have another one to get through yet, but I've just finished this one. This is the SAS Rogue Heroes. Ben McCarthy, McInerney, I'm not going to pronounce that. The authorized wartime history from the secret SAS archives. So yeah, so that's a book that I got. Very, very good book. It also has little information things in it, such as items that you will need to know. That's Paddy Mayne actually right there. Paddy Mayne, the madman himself. So there's Paddy Mayne. Then you have, and these books as well are also good for looking at the photos and saying, look, there's the SAS Jeep. So, yeah, so research is the key thing. So I have this book, and this is very interesting here. Whereas in this book, you have pictures of a lot of the originals. So you have Owen McDonnell, you have Paddy Mayne, Jelson, Almans, Jim Almans, he's actually in a documentary that's on YouTube, which is very, very good. Yeah, so it's books like this for looking at research. Paddy Mayne and his dog. I'm not going to bring a dog to the show, but yeah, so books like this are very, very good to start off your research and start off your learning and stuff like that. good book. He does a lot of books on the SAS. I have another one of his. I can't think of his name, but off the top of my head, it's not Rogue Heroes. It's about a mission that the SAS lads went basically to pot. Steve Davis and Danny Reese actually did a review on it on their podcast, so go check that out, Living History UK podcast. So just a few more questions here. John, is that an old Paris smock Denison right behind you? Yes, it is a Denison smock, but it's not an old one. I will bring it into the frame in a while, and I will show you what I have done to prep that to get it ready. Jim Timber 2, They Will Never Take Me Alive. I'm reading that book 2 at the moment. Oh yeah, it's a good book. I finished it. It's very good. Does it have scratch and sniff in there too? No, it doesn't have scratch and sniff in there too, where you can actually you although there's some parts of it where you can nearly smell the fear. I'm joking, mate, but I bet you'll be on lookout for them now. Ozzy used to tease me, say, when I was surfing. Right, so back to this. So we've covered the books and doing your research, and not really research, but a bit of history, a bit of information about what you're talking about or what you're portraying. And the reason you need to do that is because obviously if somebody comes up to the show and asks you a question, who are you? I'm the first SAS. Why are you the first SAS? What did you do? What did they do in World War II? I don't know. So yeah, so read a book, do a bit of research. Next thing you need to do is, what is that? Rattling around the place. So, is you need to do more research. You need to look at equipment. So this one is World War II Tommy British Army Uniforms and Equipment Theatre 1939 to 1945 in colour photographs by Martin Branley and Richard Igman. Alright. Another good book. There are other books out there, lads. There are other reference books out there. This is just what I use because it's what I have handy. So, literally, what have we here? So, literally, this will show you from D-Day 1944. Kit and equipment that we use. These guys are actually, some of the guys in the picture, if you can see, they're mixed. Some guys have the turtle helmets on, other guys have the old Brody helmets on. We'll also tell you about insignia, what insignia was used and when it was used, and things like that. Now, this is what I do need to pick up. I do believe Andrew has one of these for me in that I will be getting at the Yorkshire Wartime Experience. It's Commando backpack because the SAS use them. So that's what I will be using for the victory show because I need more equipment, or I need to bring more equipment when we need to do the victory show, such as a blanket and something to sleep on. Now, just here, if I can find it. So yeah, so here's the section on airborne stuff. Now, the SAS at the time of their 1944 mission, or 1944 excursion, shall we say, were part of the airborne. They were still an SA, or they were still an Air Force unit. They were still an Air Force unit, but, or sorry, a special forces type unit, but they were attached to the airborne. They still did long distance raids and behind enemy lines stuff and stuff like that. But they were actually classified as paratroopers. So an awful lot of their equipment was airborne equipment, such as the Denison smocks, parapants, and they basically robbed bits and pieces from everywhere they could find and get it. So this one then is the D-Day from D-Day to VE Day, the British soldier, Jean Bruchley. Okay, it's volume 1. I don't have volume 2 of this. If any of you have volume 2 or know where I can get volume 2, let me know. So this picture here on the cover of it, this is a famous picture. This is Fusilier Payne. And later on in the book, it actually shows a series of pictures of equipment that he was carrying. If you could tell, you can't really tell here by this, but this is in 1944. This picture was taken, right? And he's still wearing battle dress sergeant. Right. So he's a general Fusilier, regular army. And he is wearing battle dress serge. So if I'm in the SAS, why can't I wear battle dress serge? there you go. So that's my reasoning behind it. And because technically I'm a veteran, I would have had battle dress surge, and I just held on to it and I didn't give it back, or I didn't swap it out. Because you have to realize too, most guys in the army, they will keep their new issue stuff as good wear, and they will use their old stuff as crap wear. So if I'm in the field and I'm wearing battle dress surge, perfectly acceptable for me to do it. Right. So in this book, we have everything and anything. This is a very, very good book, actually. So we have everything to do with airborne helmets and stuff. Just in this page. Now, which is here. Now, we would have had, the SAS would have been issued Mark II para helmets at that time in 1944. But we're not bringing them. I don't think we're bringing them. I do have one, but I don't know if we're bringing it because I'm trying to travel light as well. So I'm just going to flick through this here quickly and see if I can find it. Yes, here we go. So, there we go. Here we have an example of an SAS trooper. Alright. So tiny little things on this. He's wearing his rank on his right chest. We've decided we're going to wear him on a right sleeve because at that time frame you see more being used on the right sleeve rather than the right chest. And he has his stuff on. But he has the sand beret. Whereas we will have the airborne berets. Now I don't have my cap badge yet with me, but we will be wearing this now. So I'm just going to go through quickly the research involved in doing this. So this is what you're doing. So you're flicking through the book, you're looking for ideas, you're looking for bits and bobs. Now, this is another issue that I have. I don't actually have one of these shirts, which is the undershirt for the World War II, but I do have a civilian shirt, a collarless shirt. So I'm going to wear that in Yorkshire, right? With the idea of picking up one of these from a trader in Yorkshire, right? But if I don't, I'm not the end of the world because you do see pictures of the SAS guys later on in the war, or even in the start of the war, and they're wearing everything and anything. They're a motley crew. So yeah, um, yeah, they could be anywhere. They could be anywhere. So that's why I'm wearing my civilian shirt, which is it's a white one with blue stripes. But don't tell the lads. Plus, I'll have that on, or I'll have that on. So yeah. So this also tells you cold wear, armor core. We don't really need that. Battle order. So these are the famous pictures of Fusilier Payne, from Fusilier Payne, who is right there. That's his back, right? So it shows you how you wear the equipment. No, we're not wearing all the equipment because they had a combination of everything and anything. But I do have an awful lot of this personal gear that I will be bringing with me. So there he is there himself, Fusilier Payne, and then you have another reenactor copying the picture with what he's wearing in his equipment. So there you go. So there's the books out of the way. So that's what you need to do. You need to do research, you need to do a bit of reading, you need to look up stuff like that. There you go. We're just going to go through a few more of these questions. Johnson. That looks a top book. They're very good books. They are very, very good books. I usually do a sapper impression. All you really need is a bacon sarnie and a shovel. Job done. Yeah, exactly. Some guy, as I said in my Royal Military Police video, there's an awful lot of guys do regiments like this, the SAS and famous regiments. But like that, the Royal Engineers, Royal Military Police, there's lots of different regiments you can do. Where we gone? Whenever I sleep through, I like to use a 3-star hotel. Yeah, no, we're roughing it in the Victory Show. Volume 2 covers vehicles and unit establishment. Okay. Volume 2 mostly vehicles. Oh, perfect. Okay. I have a para helmet if you want me to bring it with me. Andrew, I'll get in contact with you about that because I'm not sure if the lads are going to be using helmets. But if you want to give it to me tomorrow, that'll be perfect. I can get it back to you. Also, not wearing the wings on the chest is a mark of respect for the original L detachment lads. Okay, so there we go. So that's what we're doing. That's also why we're not wearing them on our chest. I bet that shirt would be itchy. Yeah, they are itchy, but it is what it is really. The woolen one I've wore in cadets. Yeah, saw this cadet shirt. UK. Yeah, the cadet stuff is bad. Right. So, still understand. I still have nightmares now. Right. So we've talked about the battle dress surge. So this is the jacket I will be wearing. The battle dress surge caps or the berets we will be wearing are now. These came from Living History UK, who has a little shop as well. If any of you want to go check it out, they are dated. There are reproductions though, because you can tell that by what's up here. But they are the larger. They're not the newer ones you see. These are huge. They're massive berets because that's what they wore. There's a bit of a French look about it. Where's my baguette? But yeah, so I'm waiting on my cap badge to come. That will be going right there, stitch on, and that's pretty much it. That's the beret done. They do look horrible. They're not exactly the nice, classy ones that you see here, but this is attention to detail as well because this is what they wore. They wore oversized large berets. Now I will probably be shaping it a bit. I know, or not shaping it. I will be throwing it around and making it look used because of right now it's still brand new. It got its shape. So yeah, so that's one thing I will be doing. So that's the berets we're wearing. So we're going to start at the top and work down. Next thing is my tunic. Battle Dress Surge covered it already. So inside the pockets of this, I will have a paybook, which is the 64. The paybook, and I also have the second attachment for it, which is a bit of a pain in the bugger that you have to get these separately. But Epic Militaria are now doing both of them together. So yeah, so there you go. So that will be in my pocket, which will be here. These are only fine little details. You don't really have to have these, but I like the detail. I have it in a paybook holder that Pete Neal from Living History UK kindly made me. So yeah, so that will be in my chest. These are only fine little details that we're going to talk about. Where did that go? Where did I put that ribbon there? Oh, yeah. As I said, we will be wearing ribbons because a lot of the group that we are in the Living History UK are veterans. So if we served in a theatre of operations, that there is a World War II that was issued at the time equivalent ribbon. I think this is the Africa Star. Forgive me if I'm wrong, and the General Service Medal. Danny Reese from Herefordshire Regimental Museum made this, and he also kindly donated me the tunic. That will be going there. I just have to stitch it on. So the next thing then is the shoulder patches. Now this is the right side. I'm still waiting on my paratrooper wings that will go here. I have my stripes, my rank stripes, and I have my shoulder title pinned on first SAS. My para wings will be here, and my rank. Now this is where attention to detail comes in. That actually looks crooked now, but it's not because when I fold out the arm, it's actually correct, right? You can get away with this, not so much for a regiment like this, but these are actually supposed to be at certain individual or certain measurements. So yeah, so that's another thing if you want to get into that detail. So that's the battle dress surge pretty much covered. I don't actually have my parapants. I'm still waiting on them. I ordered them. They're not here yet. So I ordered the parapants, braces, and my wings. They're not here yet. Sorry, I was going to answer some questions. You need a string of garlic. I do need a string of garlic. Bonjour. Hats off. Medal ribbons are awesome. Oh, it's fine. It is what it is. This is the. I just move him out of the way. You go over there. Be careful with this because the leg is loose on this lid. There we go. Stand up. There we go. Over there. Now, this is my Denison smock. I picked this up last year at the Victory Show. It is a small bit too small for me. It's a size 2, but it was on sale. I should have really got a size 3. But, as I said, I will be wearing either that or I will be wearing that. One or the other. I won't be wearing the two of them together. So it's fine. I'll get away with it. Now, this has been made look older than it actually is because I boiled washed it about 3 or 4 times. It's been out in the sun. It's been kicked up and down my garden. it's been left out overnight in the rain on the dummy, just to get a bit of wear to it. So that's what that is. Simple. It's a Mark II Denison smock. How you can tell the difference between a Mark 1 and a Mark 2 is this has a half zip, Mark 1 has a full zip. Easiest way to do it. As I said, this is a reproduction, it's not an original. What the one thing I actually like about this is, whoa, there goes the leg. Stand up, buddy, or drunk. No, it's actually got salt lines, which I'm really happy with. So yeah, I'm really happy how that Denison smock turned out after I abused it. Will you stand up, you alcoholic, you? Ben, have you been giving my dummies DDRT? No. Yeah, there's the back of it. So yeah, it's coming out well. I think it's coming out well. I don't know if any of you want to give me pointers or tips, or say I think this is wrong, that's wrong, fix it, whatever, work away, lads. That's what we're here for. It's I'm not that big. I don't have that big of an ego that I think I know everything, and I think I'm the bee's knees. I'm not. I'm still learning this stuff too. So yeah, so there we go. Right, so put him back over there. Now, right, that's him out of the way. Denison was pretty much had the para training in P Company then. Denison's has pretty much had para training in P Company then. They still use a version of the para smock, but it's not called the Denison anymore. These are iconic paratrooper uniforms. The Denisons. I would really like to get a 60s one, but they're very expensive. 50s, 60s one. But yeah, they're very, very expensive. So reproductions for me at the minute. Right. So next thing we're going to talk about. As I said, I don't have the para pants. I will do a video on the para pants if somebody wants me to do a video on the para pants. It's basically a specially designed pattern pants for the paratroopers. So you have you have a big, large increased map pocket on it, with 2 tabs or 2 buttons. You also have 2 extra field dressing pouches on the bum, and you have the same one on the groin all the time, and they're slightly baggier. Well, not necessarily. There's some of them are fitted as well, but they have a commando or a knife pocket as well on the leg that your regular combat pants don't find. So yeah, so now because I don't have the pants, next thing we're going to talk about are the boots. I meant the way you aged the smock. It was that's what happens as a trainee. Paris. Oh yeah, exactly. They get abused. They do get abused. So boots now. Ta-da! Boots. When it gets to boots is the tricky one, especially for me because I have a 6.5, 7 foot, so it's tricky for me to get original boots. But thankfully, I did. Courtesy of Steve or Danny Reese. He seen these on an internet marketplace, and he went, shot me a message and said, "John, there you go, pair of boots for you." I emailed your man back, and kindly he gave me. Now I do have to change the laces on these. They still have the material laces, whereas I do need to change them to leather laces. I'm not 100% pushed about it at the minute because I do have them ordered. If they come in, they come in. If they don't, they don't. Now, which is the one with the date in it? This one. If you can make out that date. War Department 1939. Now, what is the difference between the SAS boots and the regular army boots or the ammo boots? It is the sole, the commando sole, right? So these have the commando sole. They're an extra add-on. They are actually ammo boots, but they have been resold with the commando sole. So yeah, so I was really, really chuffed when these came in. Now I have been smearing leather or dubbing and polish and everything all over them. I haven't been buffing them because they wouldn't have buffed them, but I've just been smearing leather on them to try and make them supple again, so I don't wreck my feet when I'm away. Now I just don't have them out. I did get a pair of reproduction runners, or not runners, what do they call them? Plimsolls, to have when there's no public around. Now they are authentic, they are original, or they are of the time period. So yeah, so I do have them to give my feet a break from the boots every now and again. Show the sole. Show insole. Sorry. So there's the insole. Nothing major in there. They have been used and abused because there's actually a heel mark on this one. And I have them stuffed with newspaper as well, just to keep them dry when I'm dubbing them and stuff. There is nothing really on the insoles, it's just what they are. But there's the sole of Le Boot. I should actually be cleaning these. I should have actually cleaned the soles, but I just didn't bother. Tread has been fairly knocked about on them, but they are in good nick. There's no holes or rips or tears in them. So yeah, so I'm very tough with my boots. Right, that's the boots done. We're going to move on to the webbing, which was a lot of this has been kindly donated to me by people. And showing people. Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Commando scarf, scrim scarf. That will also be going with me. I will be cutting it down though because these are huge, so I will have two. So I'll be wearing that around my neck. Yeah. So, holster. Now, I've done a video on this. 37 pattern holster. It's a Webley holster, but the SAS use Colt 1911s or mainly Colt 1911s. Rarely you do see them with the BAPs, the Browning automatic pistols. They liked the automatic pistols compared to the revolvers, and they would shove a 1911 into this and get away with using this. They wouldn't wear it cross. I have seen the odd one or two pictures, but the majority of them I've seen them using it under their gun hand. They don't have a cross draw. What's called a cross draw. So they reach across their body to pull the pistol. They actually all have it on their right hand side to draw the pistol. This needs to be blancoed. I probably won't be blancoing it until I get to Yorkshire, because I believe SOF will be in Yorkshire, and I'll get the Blanco over there, because I did buy a Blanco, not off of Soldier of Fortune. I did get Blanco off a different company, and it broke in the post, and they basically said, well, we shipped it, it's your own fault it got broken in the post. So I'm still arguing with them, but yeah, I'm not going to mention companies, who it was or who it wasn't, until I get it solved. If I get it solved, then we'll think about it. I think that white Blanco holster was an MP holster. Yeah, the more I look at it, I think it has been Blanco white at one point in time. Either that or it's actually been literally sun bleached. But yeah, so there you go. And you do see them with timber plugs at the bottom as well. This one doesn't have it, but although it could be under the canvas, but I don't think so. Next thing is compass pouch. These will all be on my belt. Compass pouch. Now you could wear a 37 pattern BAP pouch or ammo pouch, the double pouch. I don't have one of them, and I don't think I need one, because you've seen awful like guys with these as well, which is the custom or compass pouch. This was kindly donated to me by Andrew Johnston. Right there. Andrew gave me this as well. So yeah, so there we go. He also gave me a compass. Now this will be, I have done a prismatic compass. This is a different type of compass called a marching compass. I will be doing a video on this, so I'm not going to show it off too much. So yeah, so that will be on my left hand side. My pistol will be on my right hand side. And then you have just the standard 37 pattern belt. It was also given to me by Andrew. I do have other belts that Dave has given me, but this one is half blancoed already, so I'll probably get away with this one. The other thing that I was looking for that I don't have at the moment handy is my Hitler Youth knife. They did have a special. I know. Sorry, Gary. I just seen your message pop up. I know. I have a plan for your one, because I don't actually have. I have one of these, a second one of these. If I just get it out, no pouch for it, so that's what I want your pouch for. I know we're doing a deal, and I know there is a compass pouch in your one, but that's the reason why I want it, buddy. I'm not mad, and I haven't forgot that you promised me one with that swap of stuff that I'm giving you. That's why I'm looking for that. He also gave me this with a lot of goodies inside it, but we're going to talk about it. This is a binocular pouch. Stan gave me a pair, or I got a pair of World War II binoculars off Stan. I also got a pair off of Andrew as well. So I'll be bringing one of those pairs in this with me, just as to have hanging off the Jeep or have around the camp and stuff like that. Now, that's pretty much all the equipment I'm going to bring. Extra equipment I'm going to bring. I will be bringing my small pack with the contents of my small pack, but as I said, I need to travel light, especially to the Yorkshire one, because I'm flying and I don't have that much room and I don't want to get killed. So yeah, so this came in a pack, or it came from Andrew with some stuff. Miko Company, 1941, very plain up on top there with the broad-headed arrow. And inside it was a lot of bits. So we have a Sten sling. We have a Webley lanyard. We have a clasp knife lanyard. We have a bayonet holster, or a frog, which is also handy. And we have a water bottle. So I would probably be getting, if I get to when I get to Yorkshire, I'll probably be getting a water bottle for that and some straps, utility straps, because I don't have utility straps for these. And that's basically my extra equipment, along with my small pack that I will have. That's it. That's all my webbing equipment. That's what I will be carrying. I will be looking for a shooter when I get over there to borrow for the weekend. Danny has one arranged for me when I get to Victory Show, and I believe Andrew's bringing his BAP for me to stick into that yoke for when I'm in Yorkshire, because they're the only weapons that I'm going to have with me. So, sorry, compass pouch. Yeah, sorry, answer that question now. Awesome. My dad used to carry a Sten gun. They can drop your finger off and don't hold them completely. They can chop your finger off. Yeah, it's called a blowback bolt. Basically, the bolt is always to the rear, and yeah, they can be very dangerous. The Bren gun is an open bolt. Sten gun is an open bolt. The Sterling is an open bolt. Uzi is an open bolt. Yeah, open bolts can be very dangerous if you're not taking care of them. Now, guys, I'm going to cover this quickly, and then I'll give you 5 or 10 minutes to question me on bits and bobs. Because I just looked at my watch, it's 9:15. I have stuff on at 10 o'clock, so I need to be good and get this stuff covered. So, this is my small pack. So, on the outside of my small pack, I have an original mess tin or mug. You can get away with a white one for the end of the war. This one is actually 1952, but at the end of the war they had brown ones. Do not put string here on them. You see an awful lot of people with string on them. It's one of those things people don't know whether it was done. I haven't seen photographic evidence of string here on the handle, but you see an awful lot of guys doing it. I don't do it. This next thing we're going to have here is my ground sheet. This will be definitely coming with me to Victory Show. I don't think I'll bring it to Yorkshire because it's slightly heavy, and I need it for the space. White towel for shaving myself. Now I do have these, which are reproduction gloves, but I also have these ones, which are original mittens. So I'm not sure which ones of these I'll bring, just to have at night if you want to sleep. I have a woolly jumper in here, V-neck woolly jumper, reproduction. So I'll bring that with me, as well for the cold nights. Next thing in here I have is a shaving mirror in the canvas. A little canvas cover for it. I will be needing this because I will be living out of this pack. I will be using this pack to live with or shave with, especially at the Victory Show, not so much in Yorkshire, because it's as I said, I'm using Yorkshire as a sort of a training mission. In my mess tin then, I have my emergency rations with chocolate in it that I got this off of Living History UK. I have a little tin here with a set of razor blades inside of this, if I remember, yeah. Extra razor blades, and then in this little Bakelite tin I have actually original matches. So I will probably be taking out the original mattress and sticking in some stick on the yoke in my body. Then I have my cat comforter in there. Then in the other side I have my knife, fork and my spoon in a little carrier. Just to have it separate, because you can't have them in this thing, which is your hold all. And I'm after just actually noticing I have a spare pair of black laces here. But if I use them, then I'll have no black laces in here. So it's hit and miss. So yeah. So I will take out this button stick. There's no need for it, but that's my little hold all. Toothbrush, shaving brush, soap is here. Carbolic soap, boot polish, shaving soap, comb. But I will take out this button stick. There's no need for it. So yeah. And then I have reproduction toothpaste and my razor. They just fell out of my hold on. So yeah, so that's pretty much all my equipment, everything that I will be bringing with me to both shows. And I just wanted to talk about and show you what is involved in prepping for a show. So guys, you're more than welcome now to start throwing questions at me, and I'll start answering them for the next 15 minutes. I'll just cover on some questions here. I used a large pack 1937 as my college backpack in the early 80s. Yeah, the OA pack. I don't think it was actually was really there. It was used in the 37 pattern, but I still think it was literally the OA pack. Depends on the type of string used. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Danny. What string? Top setup, John. Awesome. I have reproduction teeth. Danny, I'm not sure what you mean. Depends on the type of string used. Is that an answer to somebody else's question? Yeah. So that's it. That is literally how to prep. What you're looking at for a reproduction, or getting ready for a victory show or the Yorkshire Wartime Experience. I'm actually flayed. There are other soft drinks available out there, so don't think that there aren't. So there are. Yeah. So has anybody any questions? Anything you will need, or anything you think I should need extra that I've missed or I haven't covered? Bring foam earplugs. You'll need them when we let rip with the blanks. Oh yeah, no problem. I'm half deaf anyway. I'm 1 year, so I wouldn't worry about it. I'm actually looking forward. Can't wait to get over now to the August 12th, 13th, and 14th is the August one, and 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of September is the victory show. Yorkshire Wartime Experience is the 11th, 12th, and 13th, if I remember, because I'm flying over on the 10th. So yeah, and I will be there ahead. I'll be actually ahead. I'll be there a day extra for both shows, because Danny Reese is picking me up, and we're driving the Jeep to the victory show, and one of the group from the Combined Forces group is picking me up at Manchester, and so I'm flying into Manchester, and we're going from there to Yorkshire. Right, guys, as I said, I have stuff to do this evening, so I'll give you 10 minutes there to batter me with whatever you want, or talk to me about anything in general, whether it's something you've seen or something that I can improve on, and we'll get back to you. I'll answer the questions. Keep a lookout for a packet from Poland. It seems to be delayed in customs, but it's on your way to you. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting a packet off you. I do actually have a surprise for you. I'll just give you a little tip. I'll give you a tip. There's something on the way to you as well, Jim. It'll be there to you in a week or two's time when I get around to posting it. I was actually going to post stuff to Andrew, but now I've decided I meant to actually message him because I didn't really tell him in on the plan. But I'm going to bring it with me to the Yorkshire Wartime Experience because it's just easier. Because I know he has a few bits and pieces over there for me, so we're going to trade. A lot of this stuff, I said it was donated. It wasn't. I've actually either bought it or I traded for it. Nothing has been donated to me. No, you're not getting the cap, but you're getting something else from Royal Marines. Yeah, because that's the only cap I have. But so yeah, so that's what is happening. I know you have a backpack and I think one or two other bits and bobs that were too big to post for me, but yeah. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that video, lads, because I was sort of half contemplating what to do because it's an awful lot of me sitting down waffling and talking to you, and you really not contributing that much. Well, I suppose you do still do contribute, but yeah, I'm just worried how it will go. Living History UK rations for the Victory Show. Yes, and we're going to need lots of water because they're very, very salty. If any of you don't know what he's talking about these. Now, I have done a review on this. This is the World War II 24-hour ration pack, and it's upside down. The World War II 24-hour ration pack that Living History UK makes. I have eaten bits and pieces out of this, so don't go 100% off of this. It's with biscuits, and I have eaten the meat block, and I've eaten the oatmeal block, and I've eaten 2 of the bars of chocolate. But the biscuits are nice with tea. So this one now is probably going to get used for display because it's a bit. Yeah. So this is the one that Living History UK does. There are other manufacturers there that do produce them, but Living History UK is the only one that I've gotten and used and tried. And from other people that I've talked to, it's very, very good. Now, other people do make the boxes. Other companies do make the boxes. You can get the boxes from other people. And you can pack it yourself with whatever you want. But as an actual 24-hour ration pack with ration pack in it, Living History UK. You'll be up next week, mate. That's the plan. I need to confirm it with somebody else that I have to go up there to meet. But that's the plan. But it will be next week or the following week. It will be within the next 14 days. That I will be getting up to the north. Even if it's just literally, I have spoken to somebody as well. I've promised, I've said it to them because I have a meeting up there, and I'm like going, we have to have this meeting because I do have to go to Gary Hall to. I promised him a video a long time ago, and we need to get it done. Awesome ration pack. Yeah, they are. They're very, very good ration packs. He actually did the emergency tin chocolate as well that I have in my bag over there somewhere. But as I said, there are other producers out there that make that stuff. I was actually talking to an individual today. I'm not going to mention names, but I was actually talking to another individual today that does reproduction, ammo boxes, AP mines, things like that. So hopefully when I get to Yorkshire, I'll meet with that individual or I'll see some of his products and I'll be able to talk a bit more about it. Grand John, looking forward to a visit. Yeah, perfect, mate. Have the kettle on. I'll be up there. And I'll bring up those books and gazettes and the shirt and there's the books, the gazette, the gazettes, the shirt. I have it all packed over there. I can't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, it's all right, guys. We've 5 more minutes. 5-minute warning. I do need to, because I do have a brain gun, so I really need to look into. Oh, I was on the boy, mate. I do need to look into seeing if I ever want to bring my brain to a show in the UK. What I need to do it, because I do have the DIAC stuff with it. Because it would be nice to bring to a show, but it's bloody heavy. So imagine walking around with it all weekend. Whereas at least I could walk around with a Mark IV, which I need to get a Mark IV or a Sten, nice and handy, or a Thompson. Although Thompsons are heavy too. Right. So, as I said, lads, 5-minute warning there. If any of you have any more questions, I'm just going to be putting bits and bobs back together. Yeah, sacre bleu. If Danny's there, Danny, what did you do to take this bloody, without doing how we shape them, by putting it in hot water and actually moulding it to your head. What did you do to get rid of this big bloody, or was that the case where they had this big line going around their head? Because I would actually lose my life with these berets because they're huge. I need to shave it. I need to clean it up a bit. It does need to have a few bits and pieces done with it. But yeah. Because I have this big peak. I don't know if that's right, or if I put it this way. Then it just looks like, I don't know, it looks like a French friggin' garlic cellar. So yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. Wear the badge on the right, put it to the left. Yeah. Unless you're a Royal Ulster man, and then they wear them that way. Don't know why, but the Royal Ulster Rifles did it that way. Something to do with the rifles, because they used to use the rifle in the right eye. You should try a Tam O'Shanter instead. Nightmare to shape. There, actually, we used to have Glengarry's. The pipe bands had Glengarry's here, and they were an absolute, not a carbine, not Glengarry, but a carbine. And my God, are they a pain in the Jesus to try and shape. That beret is a whopper. You need to find sexy French girl to wear it. No. We'll be there with Pete Neal. If any of you know about Pete Neal has a history of snoring like a two-stroke lawnmower. So we'll be more worried about trying to get to sleep than anything else. Plus, we'll be having a few beers with the boys. And possibly, if I can get another bottle of port brandy, or port, the SAS port, off a certain individual that isn't too far away, we might crack that one open. And nearly at the hour mark. So if any have any final comments, queries, or questions, let me know. So Danny, what did you mention? What did you mean about the string? It depends on what type of string. And have you any ideas or any recommendations on what to do with that disc, or helicopter landing pad that a regular new sergeant major or a modern regular sergeant major would lose his bejesus over? When you consider the size, right? So this is the World War II beret, right? Standard issue. Compared to the size of the new ones, or the more modern berets. Can anyone tell me the difference? Jim is at home now going, oh, Royal Marine Commandos. Oh. Yeah, so we've gone from nice, tidy, well shaped, good looking berets to hello. Don't mention the war. The Germans have come. Yeah. Sign of the times. One more for Jim. Hey, Jim. Oh, he's there, all right. Green beret. Yes, Royal Marine Green beret. And then for Andrew, I have it here because I have ordered a cap badge for it. I just haven't got it yet. Can't leave out the Scottish clan. The Black Watch with the big disc that goes there. Yeah. So we've all nations now covered. We've covered the French. We've done the British Royal Marine Commandos. We've done the Scottish. So that's all the nations covered. Everyone happy? Although we haven't covered the Swedish. I don't know if my MRT is still there. Oh, the string is in reference to Brown Mug. Ah, all right, okay. Awesome, Black Watch. Yes, I do have a cap badge on the way for that. I've been looking for a cap badge for a long time for that. I should have waited till Yorkshire, but I seen one online, and I could end up still picking up one in Yorkshire. But yeah. Right, guys, it is 9 o'clock. It is the usual time to knock off, goodbye, and arrivederci. So guys, stay safe. Have a great weekend. There will be videos coming up at the weekend from Era Military Collectibles. So please please tune in, and please comment on them. It helps with the old algorithms, and more people get to see the videos. So guys, have a good one. Have a safe weekend, and I hope to see you all next week.